another Pokemon next to my Wi-Fi battle. This time we have an any match against DaBi, aka the Poke Player. So he's also a Pokemon YouTuber. His channel link will be down below. Definitely go check him out. So before we get into the game, guys, the question of the video. So I must say, this is kind of a follow-up from the last question of the video in the previous upload. And I must say that I was quite surprised by the responses to that question because I really expected more people to celebrate Halloween and go trick-or-treating and stuff. But I guess I was wrong. So this question in today's video is more of a hypothetical one. So assuming that you do trick-or-treat and assume that you do dress up for Halloween, what would be that one fictional character that you would dress up as? I mean, honestly, for me, it is the Dracula. I have a whole kit for Dracula, with the cape, with the bow tie, all of that shit. Maybe I might actually use that in my next upload. Who knows? But we will see. Comment down below, guys. Let me know what that one character would be that you would love to scare the living shit out of people with. So anyways, guys, I've got my Bob, Gabite, Kingler, which are two new additions. I just felt like using them, so here they are. Kabutops, Kadabra, and the Arbok. He's got the Ferroseed, Electro, Primeape, Slurpuff, the Muck, and the Mismagius. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hate Ferrothorns. I was like, damn it, to see a Ferroseed, I need to play very carefully if I want to win this game. So I decided, let me lead off with Bob. I can maybe knock off something, disarm some bitch, and then carry on from there. But he leads off with the Mismagius. I'm like, alright, cool. Let me just go straight for the knockoff. And by him switching out, that probably tells me that he's focus sashed, I don't know. But he decides to bring in his Muck. And this is the first time that I am seeing a sticky hold Muck, which is pretty cool. But you know what? That knockoff is going to be doing a lot of damage irrespective. It is my strongest move against this thing because it's still holding the item, so I'm getting that extra buff to the base power of knockoff. So I think that actually worked out in my favor. But anyways, of course it's going to bring in the slow buff, and I cannot stay in on this thing. And I decided to go straight into Arbok just to scare this thing off because poison types, that's what we like to do. But he actually decides to withdraw. So he's pulling the double switch. He's trying to call out my Arbok, and he brings out the Ferroseed again. So I was like, damn it. Oh my gosh, I'm getting outplayed from the beginning. So I decided to go for the coil. I was like, alright, let's just see how much this Earthquake is going to do. I just felt like going for an Earthquake, and it hardly does anything. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, screw it, he can't do much to me. He's probably going to want to set up some hazards, and I do have my Rapid Spinner, so it's okay. So let me go for another coil. Let me be a greedy motherfucker and go for another coil, and he actually gets up his lead. So I was like, alright, my Arbok does not have a lot of HP anyway. The base stat of its HP is so damn low. So let me just stay in. Let me be extra greedy and go for another coil. So I'm at a +3 attack, +3 with my accuracy, and my defense is also boosted. So that's fantastic. I'm not going to be missing anything right now. So he gets up his Stealth Rocks. He's getting the lead seed recoveries. It's not cool. So I'm like, alright, it is time. It is time. Let us see how much Earthquake is going to do. This is my strongest move against this thing. I cannot go for the Gunk Shot. And it does not do enough. It does not do enough. So he goes straight for the Gyro Ball. It hardly does anything because of my buffed defense set. I'm like, okay, if only he did not have the lead seed up, I would have stayed it. But I am not making much progress, so I have to switch out. And what better to go into than the Bob, because I can scare him off with a potential knockoff or even a Drain Punch. So he decides to obviously withdraw. He realizes that his cactus is like pretty much his win condition, and he brings in the Mismagius, and now he's gonna double switch again. I was like, wow, he is pulling all kinds of double switches, and I go straight for the knockoff again, hoping to just knock out that Mismagius because it absolutely hates the knockoff. So again, he brings back in his Muck, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, not the end of the world. He goes to the Gunk Shot. I'm like, I'm gonna say now, I'm not gonna switch out. Let us play a bit aggressively, and of course it's not gonna take me out. Hardly does anything. I'm quite happy with that. And this knockoff looks like he gets a bit of a maximum roll, and now I was a bit uncertain as to whether I should go for a Mark Punch or not because he does have the Mismagius. But I decided, what, screw it, let me go for it, and I'm happy that I did because that is gonna knock out the Muck. Thank goodness I'm gonna have to worry about that slimy cub motherfucker. So now I'm gonna withdraw because this thing is here, and I don't want to take a play rough. With the Citrus Belly Drum set, it is nasty as hell. And he's actually a Calm Minder. So this is the second time I actually battled against somebody that had the Calm Mind set with the Draining Kiss, and it's quite a deadly set to run on the damn Slurper. So now I bring in my Kabutops. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go straight for the Rapids, but let us get away those damn hazards. And he's gonna go, of course, for that. He's gonna get back like all kinds of HP. I'm not making much progress here. So I decided, switch out. I can keep the priority on my Kabutops for a bit later. It might be a bit useful. Let me go back into Arbok because, Arbok's not gonna be very useful, and I might survive. A Draining Kiss, who knows? But he actually goes for another Calm Mind. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm gonna go for the Gunk Shot. Provided I land, which I do, it is gonna be a clean one shot on this Puffy. Yes, I'm not gonna worry about this damn thing because it is quite deadly. I wonder what item it is actually holding. Anyways, he brings in his twin, his Electro. I'm like, okay, he's gonna go for an attack. Obviously, let me go for the Sucker Punch. I was quite happy with the amount of damage that thing did. The amount of damage that it did. Honestly, I'm quite happy. It looks like I might be in a amount of HP range for me to come in and clean up with my Bob. But you know what? I bring in Bob and he actually withdraws right now. I'm like, I was again tossing up whether I should go for the Drain Punch or whether I should predict and go for the knockoff. And he does switch out and he obviously predicts a knockoff, which is why he goes straight into his Primeape. And you know what? That's okay. I should be able to take a close combat, which is why I stay in. And I go for the healthy, the almighty, broken Drain Punch. And that's gonna do it's gonna take this thing out, no problems. And I'm gonna get back a lot of HP. So I'm looking fantastic. I'm looking so damn healthy. Once again, Gerda is putting in so much work. So now he brings in the Miss Magic. I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. Gerda, you've done enough work right now. I don't have anything else that's gonna want to take a Psychic. So I can let you go, Gerda. You can take the day off now. Just rest up. Let those muscle fibers heal themselves. So I decided, you know, I can bring in my Kadabra right now because I do have the Focus Sash and I'm going to be able to attack him, bring him down to his Focus Sash and then probably take him out because I should outspeed. And instead he brings in his Electro. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was like, wow, that did so little bit damage. I get the special defense drop, which is nice. And he actually goes for the Eerie Impulse. That is the first time that I'm seeing that. Some very cool moves. So now my special attack is fallen. I'm at a -2. But because of that special defense drop, I am still going to comfortably be able to take out the Electrode. So things are looking pretty good for me. I'm in a pretty comfortable position right now. So he brings in the Ferroseed. I'm like, okay, you know what? I might as well just stay in. Let me just go for the damn Shadow Ball. Let's see how much that does. It does like nothing. I completely overestimated the power of Kadabra. And he's going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball and bring me down to my Sash. I kind of wasted the Sash here, honestly. I should have switched out. And I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball and almost take him out. You know, the special defense drop did not help whatsoever. And he's of course going to go for another Gyro Ball to take me out. Kadabra is literally the definition of a glass cannon. So I go to Kubutas, I'm going to go for the low kick, and what do you know, it does not. I promise you, he's like at 1 HP, literally. So now he's going to go for the lead, so I'm like, alright, that is fine. But I guess he must have predicted me to be choice banded, because I promise you, like, look at this thing. This Ferroseed has one of the best animations I've ever seen. It is so appropriate. So he must have predicted the low kick, because he goes straight into his Miss Magus, and I'm like, oh my gosh, why? Why am I choice banded this time? Why? So this Leaf Seed is gonna take me out. It's crappy, but I'm like, okay, not the end of the world. Maybe bring in Super Chomp. I am choice Scarf. I'm gonna go straight for the Outrage, but no! Oh my god! He's actually scarfed. Holy shit! Oh my gosh! I am so lucky that I even survived the Dazzling Gleam, but my Outrage fails to kill. I get like close to minimum damage roll there, and that is just such shit. So now I only have my my Kingler, my STI, and he's of course gonna switch into his Ferroseed just to, you know what, that was a good play in this part, just to scout out and make sure that I did not have the Focus Sash on my Kingler, but I did have the Focus Sash on my Kadabra. But anyways, now he's gonna bring in his Choice Scarfer. I cannot do anything right now, and he's gonna be able to take me out with the Energy Ball. I wish. Oh, I'm so bulky in defense, but I was not able to take the Energy Ball. Sad that Miss Magus took me off guard. Well played there, DaBi. That was an awesome game. You definitely outplayed me. I should have tried to preserve my Gerd a bit more. I should have maybe ran, because I'm running an Adamant Nature on the God Chomp, on the Super Chomp. I'm not sure if a Jolly Nature would have. A Jolly Nature would have mattered. But guys, oh my gosh, that was such a close game. Well played by my opponent. He really did outplay me. I think that was just classic outplaying. I don't know if it would have made much of a difference. I don't think it would have made much of a difference anyway if I did take out the Ferroseed with that low kick. Maybe it would have, because I would have switched out and kept my priority for later. Who knows? But I was definitely taken aback by the Choice Scarf Miss Magus, because honestly, I really did think that it was Choice Spect, just by the way, Focus Sash, just by the way that he played it, because generally people think that I'm quite a avid hazard user, so I love setting up my hazard. So I thought maybe he brought that in just to, you know, safely get that in, you know, without any kind of hazard damage, and then try to take out of a Pokemon. But we will never know, guys. Woo! Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to answer that question in the video. Let me know, what is your favorite character to dress as? What would you like to dress up as and scare the living daylights out of these innocent children that roam the streets at night? But anyways, guys, have an awesome one, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!